Alright guys, so it's taken a really long time, but LR Trunks and Goten are finally on a category team that has an attack buff of higher than 130%, right? When they initially released, they were pretty much only on, what, the Hybrid Saiyan team and the World Tournament team. Then later the Buu Saga team got added, but that also is a 130% attack buff. Now, Trunks and Goten, they're on the boys and girls category, right? So it is important. They actually are only getting a 150% attack buff from Kid Goku, not 170%, because Kid Goku gives 170% stats to the Childhood Saga, and then he gives 150% stats to the boys and girls category. So, you know, this does still work out good for Trunks and Goten, right? They're able to jump up from a 130% lead to a 150% lead. So now, you know, they could definitely get a much higher damage number on this team than they previously would have been able to on either the Hybrid Saiyan team or the Buu Saga team. Now, remember I did that video at the start of the year here where I got the highest attack stat for all the LRs, right? I remember, I think Trunks and Goten, they were somewhere around like 4.5 million in that range, I believe. I think we should be able to get them much higher than that. Now, the way LRB Pan's active skill works, right, you know, a lot of us should be familiar with this now, it's better for units that have a start of turn buff, and specifically units that have a very large attack buff, right? But the way it works is we're able to still utilize Pan effectively as long as we have a support type unit on the rotation. So we're going to have Bra. Now, funny enough, I think Bra will bring the best out of Trunks and Goten anyway, because, you know, some of the attack links that Trunks and Goten have, like Z Fighters, Prodigies, and Budding Warriors, we could get those active, but not enough that it's going to be as big of a deal, you know, like, say, we had the Goten, Trunks, and Marin card linked up as if we had Bra, right? And then, of course, Trunks and Goten, they'll get Innocence, I believe, and Legendary Power from LRB Pan anyway. So, you know, this is going to be good. We're going to see them be able to put up some really decent numbers here, I think. So, let's go ahead and have them start out. We should be able to get them to max key, too, when we actually get to the situation that we want to get to. So, let's see what they do right here. Remember, we're not even getting their 18 key super. Okay, so 1.9 million without even their 18 key is very, very good. Now, I'm only gonna go for just their normal 18 key super with the Super Saiyan Gotenks. I mean, unless we get very, very lucky and, you know, the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is who comes out, right? Because it's actually kind of difficult to get Trunks and Goten's max attack stat because they have to do the transformation into Super Saiyan 3, which, remember, on their 18 key super, that's only a 30% chance to happen. So, like, oh, I messed up. I should have floated them off. I'll probably actually have to come back into an event. I don't know that we're going to be able to get, you know, the rotation we want with the way it worked out. I should have pushed Trunks and Goten off on the first rotation. Or even, I messed up bad a couple times. Oh, well. So here's Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks at about 2.1 million. I'm thinking by the time Tech Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks' EZA comes out, it's going to be very easy for him to break a lot of those same numbers that the physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is able to get. So that's going to be pretty nice to see. And then, of course, you know, we know how good Bra is. So Kid Goku's team is actually quite good, right? Like, this category, the boys and girls category, is pretty strong. And, you know, it only does have room to improve in the future, too. So that's another reason I'm really looking forward to it. We're not really getting the best luck here. I guess I'll do this. This way we can at least have Trunks, Goten, and Marin get a super attack. I really did want to bring that Trunks, Goten, and Marin card, because that's not a card I've really used very often, right? Oh, 2.8 million. Pretty good. That's, of course, with Super Saiyan Gotenks. You know, they're a pretty solid free-to-play card, the Trunks, Goten, and Marin. But, you know, just, like, they're on very few categories, right? So that's what has really sort of held them back a little bit. You know, they're on, like, the Universal Survival Arc team, but, like, that team is just, like, so freaking broken with so many amazing units that I just never end up using them, right? And then, you know, the only other two teams around is Joined Forces and then, of course, the Boys and Girls team. That Joined Forces, if that ever does get an actual category. Oh boy, is that going to be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to miss super attacks right here. Yeah. This will be pretty easy. We can miss super attacks with everyone. So this way, we'll actually be able to get the rotation that we want to get, see what Goten and Trunks are going to be capable of putting out. I got to imagine... Oh boy, we should be able to get them over 5 million, provided I'm able to get their key to maximum as well. That's another point. We do want to make sure to get their full 24 key super, but I think, you know, Trunks and Goten, you know, if we redid that list, all summonable LRs max attack stat in one video, you know, Trunks and Goten may move up a little bit on that list. So, ooh, okay. Let's see what they'll be able to do right here. This is going to be a pretty nice rotation for him. So, you know, obviously with LRB Pan, they'll be able to get higher, but, you know, this is with Brawl active, and then, of course, they're able to get several links like Innocence and Budding Warrior and Prodigies from the Trunks, Goten, and Marin card. So, they're able to get up to 4.3 million without LRB Pan. Oh, boy. So, what's going to happen once we bust out the LRB Pan, huh? It looks like they're going to be jumping up well over 5 million. I think so. I think they're going to jump up above 5 million. So, this is going to be pretty exciting to see. And then, Kid Goku. One thing to never forget about this Kid Goku is the fact that every single turn he's on rotation, he gains a permanent key, right? So, like, you know, if the Goku's been on rotation twice, he's got 2 extra key. If he's been on rotation 3 times, he has 3 extra key. It's a really nice little effect that they gave him to help him out in these longer fights, right? So the longer a fight goes on, the better that Kid Goku is going to get. Okay, so looks like we had a really nice start with Goten and Trunks' passive. I guess what I'll do is we'll do this right there. Boom. So that'll do that. Let's go ahead and activate LRB Pan. So now we're going to have a really nice buff for Trunks and Goten. Again, hopefully we can actually have them get the Super Saiyan 3 transformation. But remember, that is quite rare to actually see. And then here we go. So LR Trunks and Goten. What can they do on the, you know, Childhood Saga and Boys and Girl team in between Bra and LRB Pan? Ooh, Bra up over 1 million attack stat. You gotta love that for a support type unit. Very, very good. Okay, so yeah, Goku, we get it. You're gonna stun Bra, blah, 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 blah. All right, Goku, have fun. 44k, no stun. That's good, though. Okay. 5.4? Oh, we got Super Saiyan. Yes. Awesome. Wow. All right. Well, there's what Trunks and Goten are able to do now. That was very impressive. 5.4 million. And again, that's only on a double 150% lead. That's not even a 170% lead. So, you know, I've heard some talk of Trunks and Goten being in the mix for worst LR. No, absolutely not. Of course, I mean, worst summonable LR, right? They're nowhere near it because their passive. We're gonna take a look at LR Trunks and Goten real quick right here. But the way their passive works, giving themselves ki, there is absolutely no way I could consider them anywhere near the worst summonable LR, because in this day and age, for me, this is okay. So this is gonna be my personal opinion here, but part of how good an LR is, a big part of it, is how easy it is for them to get their 18 key super, right? That's why I think the LR Super Saiyan 4s are so good. That's why I said LR Goku and Frieza was so good for so long. Because on their teams, it's a joke getting their 18 key super. You'll get it literally every single turn. So that makes those LRs above the rest, because it's super easy to get their 18 key super with them. Same thing with the LR Goku Trunks and Pan card. Crazy easy for them to get their 18 key super. Thus, I kind of rate them higher. Trunks and Goten have the same thing with the way their passive is set up. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at Trunks and Goten here, because it's been a long time since I've sort of focused in on them for a video. Alright, so this is Budding Warrior, Trunks Kid, and Goten Kid. Their leader skill is Super AGL 4 key and 100% the stats, and then Extreme AGL 2 key and 70% the stats. Fantastic leader skill. By the way, I do think that there is room in the future for another LR Kid Trunks and Kid Goten. This time they could be in their Super Saiyan forms, and they could actually have like a fusion mechanic, and then, you know, they change into Gotenks. I think they could do that, because, you know, for this one, they sort of fuse as their super attacks, but I think we could get a Trunks and Goten card that actually fuses into Gotenks, and who would be on the fusion category team. Really, it is ridiculous that this card is not on the fusion category already, considering their super attacks, right? So their 12-key super attack is either Fat Gotenks or Skinny Gotenks. It's a 50% chance for either, so, you know, we see them pretty much the same amount of time. Fat Gotenks lowers their own attack for 1 turn and does colossal damage, and then Skinny Gotenks lowers attack and defense for 1 turn and does colossal damage. And of course, that's your own attack and defense that they're lowering, so you really want to get their 18-key super. Then their 18-key super is either Super Saiyan Gotenks or Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. You have a 70% chance for Super Saiyan 1 Gotenks and a 30% chance for Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Super Saiyan 1 does Mega Colossal damage and raises defense by 30% for 1 turn. And then Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks does Mega Colossal damage and greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So Trunks and Goten can actually... they can defend pretty solidly after they're able to get their 18-key super off, and especially after they're able to get Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks to come out. Now, their passive is Bearing Hope, which is they get 3 to 9 key randomly at the start of every turn. I've seen the numbers for this on the Dokkan subreddit a while back. I believe it's like a 16 or a 17% chance to get each like level there. So they got, you know, it's literally the same number for every single key, right? So 16% chance to get 3 keys, 16% chance to get 4, to get 5, you know, on and on and on. You know, obviously giving themselves as many keys as they do, 3 to 9, is huge. So it makes it very easy for them to get their 18-key super. And then they have a 120% attack buff when performing a super attack, which is very good. Their links are Z Fighters, the Innocents, Prodigies, Shocking Speed, Budding Warrior, Shattering the Limit, and Legendary Power. So let's see, on that rotation we just did, we had the Innocents, Legendary Power active, but we did not have Z Fighters, Prodigies, or Budding Warrior. So if there was some sort of support type unit who gave, let's just say 35%, right? And he had like Prodigies, Budding Warrior, or Z Fighters, some combination of those three, their Trunks and Goten's attack stat would shoot way up again. So they're quite good. Multipliers are the same, you know, 12 key is 150%, 24 key 200%, you know, the same as pretty much all summonable LRs. And they're on, I believe, 5 category teams now. So here, of course, is the boys and girls category, you know, which helped them, you know, I think get a lot better being on a real category team. Plus, I think that Kid Goku DOKKANFEST is outstanding. Then, of course, they're over here on the Hybrid Saiyan team, where they're a very, very formidable unit. Very solid over there. Right here, this is the World Tournament team. They're very good on there to help us get extra drops from that Hercule event, so that's really nice. Then, of course, they're over here on the Combination team, or Joined Forces team. There's been a couple global category translations lately that I'm not a fan of. I like the Combination category better than Joined Forces. And I also like Enhanced Transformation a lot better than Transformation Boost, of course, the worst category name ever. And then the final team they're on is the Majin Buu Arc team. Well, okay, I guess this team does not have LRB Pan, but it does have one of their best linking partners in that physical Super Saiyan 2 Team Gohan, right? He has Z Fighters, he has Shattering the Limit, and he gives, what, 35% attack from his passive, so he really helps out Trunks and Goten. We'll see what happens with Trunks and Goten once the Hybrid Saiyan and Majin Buu Arc teams get, like, better leaders. They will eventually, 100% chance they're going to get a better leader skill team eventually, but, you know, we'll see what happens once that does. For now, the boys and girls team will do fine. As we saw, they were well over 5 million, which is very, very impressive. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch y'all next time.